You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Lucerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton announced a groundbreaking time frame for their latest facility. A brand new state-of-the-art cancer center is set to open on the hospital's campus in 2023. The former Hazleton General Hospital School of Nursing is still under demolition and should be completed within the next few weeks. A groundbreaking event for the new building will be taking place at the beginning of March. A Hazleton man faces several felonies after police say they caught him dealing drugs during an investigation. City narcotics officers and the Lucerne County Drug Task Force were investigating alleged deals that happened between May and October on Alter Street when they learned that 41-year-old Julius Freeman was dealing around the Capri Lounge at 541 Alter Street. Freeman was spotted meeting with suspected drug users who arrived by foot and by vehicle. Police say he was involved in brief roadside meetings where hand-to-hand fentanyl transactions would take place. Freeman was charged on January 19th with delivery of a controlled substance, possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, and criminal use of a communication facility. His bail was set at $200,000. A Hazleton man was sentenced to 51 months behind bars for conspiracy to distribute controlled substances and possession of a firearm by a felon. 40-year-old Carlos Castillo was sentenced on Monday and faces deportation to the Dominican Republic. Castillo previously admitted that he and 2 others were part of a 2019 drug distribution operation in Hazleton, where they used the basement of his Hazleton home to prepare bulk amounts of fentanyl for sale. The trio sold hundreds of bags of fentanyl to others on several occasions, including undercover informants working with law enforcement. Hundreds of grams of bulk fentanyl, packaging materials that included 70,000 empty bags, and a handgun were all seized during a search of Castillo's home that June. The case was investigated by the FBI and PSP. Governor Tom Wolf recently vetoed House Bill 2146. The vetoed bill would have put forth a congressional redistricting map that does not give the state constitution's guarantee of free and equal elections. Wolf's made it known many times that he expects any congressional map to follow the principles established by the Redistricting Advisory Council. The governor wants Pennsylvania to have a fair map that's depicted in an open and honest way. The 6-member Redistricting Advisory Council was established in September to allow for transparency and public participation. A Nescapec man accused of causing the death of his infant son reached a plea agreement with Lucerne County prosecutors. 24-year-old Jeffrey Hutchinson was charged by state police after his 11-week-old son died at the Berwick hospital back on September 28th of 2019. An autopsy revealed that the baby had multiple rib fractures and various stages of healing, as well as bruises on the brain. The Columbia County coroner listed the manner of death as homicide. Hutchinson pled guilty to aggravated assault and endangering the welfare of children in court Wednesday, and prosecutors decided not to pursue the criminal homicide charge. Judge Joseph Sklarowski accepted the plea agreement and scheduled a sentencing date for March 31st. Hutchinson could face up to 20 years in prison on the charges. Some Lucerne County courthouse offices will be relocating to the Penn Place building in downtown Wilkes-Barre. Acting County Manager Ramilda Crocomo said the move will allow the courthouse to host more court-related functions and increase security in county buildings. The county manager's office and the Budget and Finance office will be moving to the 3rd floor of Penn Place, while the Office of Law will relocate to the 2nd. The rearranging is expected to take place within the next several weeks. Weatherly area is one of 3 Carbon County school districts that will receive funding from Safe Schools targeted grants. State Representative Doyle Heffley announced yesterday that nearly $170,000 was awarded to 3 districts. The grants will assist schools in reducing unnecessary student disciplinary actions while promoting greater productivity, safety, and learning. Weatherly will receive approximately $25,000 for safety equipment and $60,000 for school police officers, while the Jim Thorpe School District was awarded nearly $25,000 for safety equipment. The Lehigh Area School District will be getting nearly $60,000 school police officer grant. The three districts were among 303 local education entities statewide this year that shared $8 million in safety grants. A new scam is targeting the parents of high school students preparing for college. Scammers are contacting parents claiming to be from the College Board and are asking for credit card information to pay for college admission test prep materials. You should never provide your credit card information over the phone, regardless of the caller, and should always provide it in official form capacity only after verifying their identity. People who received a third dose of the mRNA vaccine can schedule to have a COVID-19 booster 5 months after their last shot. LVHN is accepting appointment requests for fourth dose booster shots for people who meet certain criteria. People who are immunocompromised and have received both doses of either Pfizer or Moderna and also received a third primary dose at least 28 days after completing the vaccine series are eligible to receive a booster shot 5 months after the third shot. Individuals who receive J&Js should receive a booster 2 months after the initial one shot. They should only receive an additional dose of the J&J vaccine if they're unable to receive an mRNA vaccine booster. You can schedule an appointment for your booster at the MyLVHN patient portal or by calling 833-584-6283. Coming up on Wyln News, a free senior scam prevention seminar, plus a local girls' head basketball coach hits the Big 500. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name's Haley. I'm 4. And the weather tomorrow is going to be snowy.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. powered by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. The all-new emergency room at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is nearly double the size. Our updated facility features all private rooms, the latest technology, and a quicker, easier check-in process. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your partner in ER care.
Heritage Hills Senior Community will be hosting a free seminar via Zoom on senior scam prevention. Some criminals specifically target seniors for their vulnerabilities, tricking them into slews of fraudulent schemes that cost their life savings. Commonly used scams may involve home repairs, health insurance, or even government imposters. Guest presenter State Trooper Anthony Petrosky will be diving into these types of fraud, how to react, and more on Thursday, February 17th at 1:30 p.m. You can also pick up a free lunch to go before the seminar from 10:30 to noon at Heritage Hill, located at 800 6th Street in Weatherly. RSVP by February 10th to receive your Zoom link and pre-order lunch by calling 570-427-4500. Hazleton area basketball zone Joe Gavio hit a big milestone as head coach of the Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars beat Tunkhannock 45-35 last night at Huey McKeon to bring Gavio his 500th win as the team's head coach. Gavio started as a baseball coach in the late 70s at the former Bishop Hayfie High School, moved on to coach boys basketball at the now defunct D.A. Harmon Junior High and junior high girls at H.F. Grebbe, before becoming the head girls coach at the former Hazleton High School in '87. After the '92 merger, Gavio served as a girls' assistant under Robbie Wallace for 3 years before taking the reins in '95. Over the past 26 seasons, Gavio's teams had gone 500 and 190, captured 10 WVC D1 championships and 8 D2 titles, only finishing below 500 twice. The Lady Cougars return to action tomorrow night at Wyoming Valley West. And speaking of, our Wyln sports crew is already gearing up for its next 2022 high school basketball game. We kick off with some live Cougar Spartans action tomorrow, January 28th, when the ball is in Wyoming Valley West's court for the girls' matchup against Hazleton. Get your favorite fill of Marty Burns and our Wyln sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. No plans tomorrow night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for the 7:30 tip-off and all the live local action right here on Wyln TV. Coming up on Nanticoke's News Choice, we visit the Carbon County Friends of Animals and Community in You. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 4. Stay with us.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Follow us on our weekly journeys through the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future.
Each night we'll dig a little deeper into the lives and goals of our local leaders. So stay tuned for the end of our news as we learn more of those leading the way.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton.
Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories, and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
If you've been considering adopting a furry feline friend, then look no further than the Carbon County Friends of Animals located at 77 West 13th Street in Jim Thorpe.
We've been at this location for 6 years. We used to be across town and just ran out of space, so we had to purchase a bigger building for the big, large cat population in Carbon County.
The shelter takes in and cares for around 200 cats who are in need of loving homes.
Carbon County does have a huge cat problem, especially Albrightsville, Palmerton, farmland. A lot of people drop them off there. Some cats get dropped off, they're front declawed, they come in rough shapes. Just a lot of people have been TNR since it's been reduced cost to help pay for it, but then you still get them few people that don't want to put the work in or the time in to get them done. But yeah, any area in Carbon County just has a huge cat population.
Potential adopters have the opportunity to come in and spend time with the felines in order to get to know them better, which helps in choosing a new companion.
Our adoption process, we have a pre-adoption form that takes 24 to 48 hours for us to process it. We do allow visitors to adopt between noon and 4 every day of the week. We are closed Tuesdays now due to the public, and that's just with our large volume cat population. We like to take our Tuesdays to sanitize a little bit more. We don't have to worry about opening up for adoptions. It just guarantees us a day to have a little extra cleaning time.
You can also browse online for a new best buddy.
We do have Pet Finder. You can view at any time, petfinder.com. All our cats are on it. Our website, ccfoa.info, you can find the application forms there.
If you're unable to adopt, there's other ways to help out, including volunteering.
We have quite a few people that come just to socialize with them. And honestly, we have different opportunities to volunteer. We have the cleaning in the morning and whatnot. And then the afternoon, we ask for visitors to come in. If you can't adopt or you can't donate, but you can donate your time just to sit with them, to socialize with them, to pet them, give them treats, stuff that sometimes on busy days we can't give to every single one.
The shelter also has a wish list of supplies to help care for the kitties.
Paper towels, trash bags, especially treats for them, even printer paper, hand soap, dish soap, laundry detergent, bleach, all that is a big essential to keep us up and running.
If you've never owned a cat before, they can make the perfect pet due to their independent nature.
I feel at times some people just don't give cats an opportunity, but honestly, being a cat and a dog pet owner, I feel cats are a little bit less maintenance. I would definitely recommend a cat for an older person. You don't have to walk them outside. You know what I mean? I think the worst part of owning the cat is probably the litter box. Many people don't want to do that litter box. But honestly, if you can get past that, a cat is just a very rewarding pet to own.
So stay tuned as next time we continue our conversation with Dana about caring for cats and adoption. Meanwhile, you can visit ccfoa.info or give Carbon County Friends of Animals a call at 570-325-9400.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Tabla Supply, here to supply you with over 25 years of home improvement industry experience. Call 570-500-1351, check out their showroom at 325 West Walnut Street in Hazelton, or tablasupply.com for all your business and home improvement or special project needs.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Call 570-454-7571.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
Hi everybody. Stay tuned this week to Gil Gerhardt's story. She's going to tell us how headaches from sleeping on her stomach and car accidents are corrected under chiropractic care.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazelton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Chris Barrett's leading the way into part 4 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Chris Barrett, President and CEO of Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau. Chris, what are some of the challenges you face as president and CEO?
I think the biggest challenge is there's so many things that are out of your control. So for instance, I think anybody would probably say the pandemic was such a, especially for our industry and hospitality and tourism, it just, when you're closed for 3 months of any time, any season, it's just incredibly difficult. So, and every time our industry would begin to recover, another obstacle would come up. And, you know, our owners and general managers were just so innovative. If a wall would come down, they would find a way to walk around it. And there were some really good things that happened, no question. But the things that are really out of your control, weather, a pandemic, you could do everything correctly, but if the weather, for instance, skiing, the last 2 to 3 weeks have really not been cool enough. They've actually been fairly warm. So that's something you can't really control. So the uncontrollables are probably the most difficult part. The best part of the uncontrollables are to see the resiliency of the industry and how it really bounces back. And and puts its best foot forward to get past the adversity, which is cool.
Yeah, I think when you were here last time and you stopped in, we had talked about how COVID changed things.
Sure did.
And you know how it was positive for some places but not others. And
right.
You're right. People had to find ways of dealing with it, and or else shut the business down.
And they did, which that was the really silver lining in the cloud, is their resiliency kind of really got them around that situation, which was neat to see.
What are some of the achievements you're most proud of?
I'm most proud of my children. That's the big thing. My daughter's 18, my son is 22. They're both in the dean's list. I'm incredibly proud of them, and that they might go into communication. Well, my son's going into communications career. My daughter may be a vet, so I'm incredibly proud of them. Here, I think I'm incredibly proud of my staff. They're just, you can't do anything without an incredibly strong staff, and we stood up a whole television channel, PTN, the Pocono Television Network, and that's probably the thing I'm the most proud of, is how we were able to bring people to the table with very diverse talents and actually got it done. And it's really for the benefit of the Pocono Mountains and our community, which I think we're all really proud of.
What are some of the things you want the people to take away from the Pocono Mountains? What things you want the visitors of the Pocono Mountains to know?
I think number one is that we cherish all of our visitors. We do care about them and making memories for them and their families. And here's the better one, I think, is there's 35,000 people in those 4 counties that work every day to ensure that guest has the best visit that they could have, and does it in a safe and comfortable way. They're cognizant of the challenges that we're having right now with the virus, and they try to do the best that they can. But they're very hardworking, and they're very dedicated to the hospitality and tourism industry. And tourism and hospitality have been a part of our landscape in the Poconos for hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing multiple generations. For instance, ski instructors. You could have multiple generations at any ski resort who've been instructors, and they love what they do. They love the Poconos, and we're here to stay, and welcome guests.
Yeah, well, it's definitely important to love your job.
It sure is. It sure is.
Check back tomorrow night as Chris continues leading the way into part 5 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.